Open Your Eyes is brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
Good morning and welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning right.
I'm Paul Lopez.
And I am Isani Cayetano. Good morning.
Good morning to our viewers. Good morning, Isani.
Good morning, my brother.
It's a lovely Thursday morning. It's, as we call it over here, Friday Junior. One day ahead of the end of the week.
Thursday, but
well,
my
there
mind
you
is,
go.
All the way over at the weekend.
Well, you see, Thursday is another thing that people refer to Thursday. But how are you doing this morning?
Man, I'm good. I've been up fairly early for work 3 days in a row.
Right.
This is a historic first.
It is.
Duty calls, right?
It does. I mean, it's a pleasure to have you on set this morning. You're not one of our regular Thursday faces, and our viewers would recognize that.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, you're pleasant to have. You know the stuff. You're a staple here on Open Your Eyes, and so it's great to have you on this morning.
Thank you, sir. It's great to be in good company.
Perfect. And so what we're going to do is, as we do every morning on Open Your Eyes, if it's not Monday, where we have the Eye on the News, which you had, then during the weekdays, we do What's Buzzing. We talk about the topics that are buzzing every single day coming from the newscast. It's just what's happening. And this morning, we have a very interesting topic to touch on and discuss.
Well, I'll say this first of all. I believe that in the midst of everything that has been happening with the cannabis edibles, that perhaps the cancellation or the revocation of the Brad's contract may have been overshadowed.
There you go.
But I believe that it will have serious implications going forward, simply because there has already been an indication that this will be taken to court and challenged before the High Court. But before we get into all the litigation and everything that comes along with it, I believe that persons who are heavily invested in Bolida and lottery woke up this morning feeling a bit, simply because we don't know what's going to happen going forward. At the end of the month, when the contract is cancelled, we don't know who the contract will go to, if it moves on to another individual or company for that matter. So there's a sense of suspense and not necessarily knowing what's to come, right? But it's been something that we've been following. I certainly have been since the beginning of the year, with the exchange of letters from the gaming committee and, of course, the legal representative for Brad's Gaming Group Limited and Countach. That's former Prime Minister Dean Barrow. And what is interesting to point out here, Paul, is the fact that the existing contract, which has now been revoked, was drafted and signed and awarded under the Barrow administration, right? And from the onset, it has been a point of contention for the then opposition, now the government in office. And so here we are. It's worth a couple $100 million over the life of 10 years. We're only 3 years in. And so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out in court.
I mean, it's how do you put it? It's a ground-shaking, foundation-shattering news for Belizeans. And I'll tell you why. It's because the culture of Bolida buying and playing the game is so deeply embedded within our daily practice and daily lives. I remember growing up, and at the age of 5, I think as soon as I could have, I was able to walk and have the sense of numbers in terms of Bolida numbers and money numbers. I was sent out to go and buy Bolidos for my grandmother. And so I grew up with that. I grew up understanding it. And then getting older now, understanding all the legalities behind it and these different agreements and contracts.
Let me jump into it as well quickly here, Paul. While I appreciate and understand the history of Bolido from your perspective, check this out. My grandmother, my late grandmother, down in Punta Gorda, many years ago, decades ago, was one of the first, if not the only woman to have established a Bolido business down there.
Wow.
Right? It should have been like late 60s, 70s and stuff. And in a sense, she made her empire from that, right?
Yeah.
That's how far back Bolido goes in my family. And it's been a staple for many families across the country. And I'd even go a step further to say that even Belizeans in the diaspora every so often would call and say, hey, buy 100 pieces of 50 for me.
There you go.
It happens across the board, right? But so we're in a state at the moment where we're not necessarily sure exactly where we're going, where Bolido is concerned post April 30th, right?
Yeah.
Suffice to say that the contract has been cancelled.
Right.
Here's a thing, Paul. The attorney for Brad's Gaming Group Limited and Countach, again, the former Prime Minister and Senior Counsel Dean Barrow, has a near stellar record when it comes to these matters going before the court and the successes. So it will be interesting to see how the government mounts its legal challenge in response to the suit that will be brought against it. Again, like I've mentioned, all indications are that this thing will be taken to court. Right? They're not seeking to restore the contract. It belongs to the government of Belize, right? But what they're going to be seeking is a declaration that it was wrongfully terminated, and so they're going to be seeking damages, certainly.
So the revocation press release that was issued yesterday indicates that Brad's will oversee their final lottery drawing on April 30th. Interestingly, that's a Sunday, right? The conversations ongoing, you know how there's a lot of superstition surrounding Bolido and how you get your numbers.
So they're going out with a bang?
So people are hoping to go out with a bang.
Well, I'll tell you this. Right? Since we were just, sort of making light of the situation. Paul, the last time Belizeans teared up on Sunday Lottery,
it was 2020.
Pandemic came right behind that, and we were locked in for almost 2 years.
Well,
so I am guarded and I'm cautious in saying that, you know what, going out with a bang might come at a cost.
I hope that's not the case, but the thing is, after, as well as this point, after Brad's, which is a name, company synonymous with Bolido in Belize, when a Belizean says, I lose, they say I lose to Brad's, or Brad's take me money, or I will get Brad's tonight.
I wonder when number Brad's are playing.
So that's synonymous. So it will be interesting to see moving forward where this contract will rest. With whom will the contract rest? Because at the end of the day, there will be the need for a company or an organization with all the facilities, with all the equipment and the administrative capacity to run such a lottery. One, and then two, as I understand it from what the former Prime Minister shared yesterday, is that lotteries belongs to the government of Belize.
So they're not fighting to get it the contract restored.
That's at the government's discretion in terms of who has it and who doesn't have it. But when they got into a contract with Brad's, they got into a legal relationship. And
a legally binding agreement.
A legally binding agreement, and as a result, that requires a level of commitment to that, and they have certain obligations that they must fulfill. So on one end, the question is, who will now get the contract?
It's a simple thing, right?
Yeah.
Let's look at it in the context of an employment contract, for instance.
Yeah.
Right? Where you get into business with someone and you sign an agreement for 10 years. the contract has specific clauses. There are certain stipulations and so on and so forth. But if you are wrongfully terminated and you're able to prove that in court, then your employer, the person you're in business with, has to compensate you for the difference of time.
Yeah.
So if you've spent 3 years on a job and you have an extra 7 years to go, and one day they just come and tell you, hey, look, this is not a workout, you got to go, without sufficient reason as to why they're taking that action, then you have grounds to bring a challenge for wrongful termination. And I would like to, in a sense, draw a parallel to what's been happening over at the BTB,
Right.
where you have all of these cases that are being won almost left, right, and center, where when the new administration came over, they just said, well, we can't afford to pay you anymore, which wasn't really sufficient grounds to terminate the contracts. So it started from Karen Bevans all the way down to a matter that was settled last week. It's just to draw a parallel that when you break contracts without specific reasons, justifiable reasons at that, then you should expect that there will be consequences.
Yeah, and just my final thought on it, I don't know that Belizeans necessarily have an affectionate tie to Brads as much as they do to the game. And so,
well, that's an interesting
so
take.
so for Belizeans, at least from my perspective, I would imagine the question that many are asking is what happens next?
Exactly.
What happens next with the game? And
what happens on Tuesday? Only because Monday is a publican bank, we don't draw Bolida on a publican bank, but we'll see what happens on Tuesday.
What happens on Tuesday. Maybe you get to save some of that money in your pocket for a week or two. Who knows? But that's what's buzzing right now. Definitely, it's one of those conversations that will continue in our newscast tonight at 6 p.m. on News 5 Live. Well, what we want to do right now is we want to get into the weather to find out what the weather is going to be
like.
How
hot it's going to be.
Today, how hot it's going to be. That's the question. The question isn't whether it's going to rain or whether we're going to have any sort of cold. It's more so how hot is it going to be. And it's been some very hot days of recent this week. I think there was a time within the days when we were hoping for some rains and the clouds seem to have been forming to that end, but none of that happened. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to bring on our folks from the Met Service. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Angelia. How are you this morning?
Good, and you?
I am doing fine. You sound like you are up bright and energized. So let's get into the general situation for today.
Okay. Well, hot and dry weather will prevail with hazy conditions.
And for our 24-hour forecast?
We expect no rain, mostly sunny today and clear to partly cloudy tonight.
All right, let's talk a bit about our temperatures and what that will look like.
Okay, high temperatures today will peak near 89 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 97 inland and 87 in the hills. And the low temperatures tonight will range from 80 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast with slightly less warm temperatures over the south coast, and 73 inland and 66 in the hills.
And Ms. Guy, what about our winds?
Winds from the east and southeast at 10 to 20 knots with occasionally higher gusts.
All right, and what's the outlook like?
Continuing hot and dry weather.
Yeah, well, that's pretty straightforward. And in terms of our advisories?
Okay, we have a small craft caution in effect and a heat alert.
Okay. Anything else that you'd like to share?
Not at this time.
All right. Well, thank you so much there.
You're welcome.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
All right. So Isani, that's pretty straightforward. More warm weather coming, and just stay hydrated. That's a part of the advisory for us to stay hydrated, and so get those water bottles ready. keep the water cooler running because you'll definitely need it today and tomorrow. So now we have 4 segments this morning.
Yes.
Right? And it's going to be a fun, exciting show because we have some very interesting conversations. And this morning, we're going to start with the Belize High School robotics team. And they'll be in to talk with us about robotics and their endeavors in that end.
Our second conversation this morning will be with representatives of the National Bank of Belize as they discuss their new loan and NBB Pay wallet, and of course their new NBB Fund Zone.
And in our third conversation, it's Autism Month. That continues throughout April until the end of April, and we'll have Autism Belize in with us to talk with us about their autism walk.
And finally, tomorrow is a big day for basketball.
It is
in Belize City and across the country. And so with that said, we will be joined by players from the Belize Defenders, all right, as they come to talk about their upcoming game this weekend.
Big game. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a break. But before we do that, we want to get into our eye-opener, which is taken from dailyarm.com, and it goes like this. It says, as we live, we will go through the process of opening to new information, integrating it, and stabilizing our worldview. Living in an information age, it is easy to become overwhelmed by the constant influx of scientific studies or breaking news. After a while, we may be tempted to dismiss or ignore new information in the interest of stabilizing our point of view, and this is understandable. Rather than closing down, we might try instead to remain open by allowing our intuition to guide us. All we can do is take in the information and process it through our own systems of understanding. In the end, only we can decide what ideas and concepts we will integrate. Remaining open allows us to continually change and shift by checking in with ourselves as we learn new information. It keeps us flexible and alert, and while it can feel a bit like being thrown off balance at times, this openness is essential to the process of growth and expansion. Perhaps the key is realizing that we're not going to finally get to some stable place of having it all figured out. Throughout our lives, we'll go through the processes of opening to new information. No sooner will we have reached some kind of stability than it will be time to open again to new information, which is inherently destabilizing. If we see ourselves as surfers riding the incoming waves of information and inspiration, always open and willing to attune ourselves to the next shift, we will see how blessed we are to have this opportunity to play on the waves and, most of all, to enjoy the ride. With that, we're going to take a break and we'll be right back with our first segment for this morning. Stay tuned.
Everybody, where I sit during the day, I tell like, when you buy for the poker, for the put a money number, we will need. And guess what? I hope that they set a number, just not for the poor. But yes, for the poor, a good number.
And MasterCard Platinum debit cards. Now you can make purchases anywhere MasterCard is accepted with one tap, pay and go. Your contactless card never has to leave your hands, especially in these times. And your card is embedded with multiple layers of security. Platinum card holders get to enjoy extra benefits like price protection, purchase protection, trip inconvenience, and luggage protection, just to name a few. Start enjoying a cashless lifestyle today with the Belize Bank.
for Smart Share Plan and save big. Whether you're a small entrepreneur starting up your business, a student on a limited budget, or a family trying to save, this is the plan for you. With unlimited SMS, calls, and data, we help you save. Get up to 5 lines for as low as $30 per line monthly, only with Smart. Sign up today at any Smart showroom or sales manager countrywide. So get your business going, share more memories with friends, and be ready for the day with Smart.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5 Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 police teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 believes on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, because news is now everywhere, all the time, and so are we.
Whether you're at home, on the road, at work, or at school, if you see news happening or suspect that something might be up, call or text the Channel 5 News Belize tip line at 672-5555. You don't have to give us your name, just give us the tip. That's 672-5555. Call or text us so we can check it out.
And we'll be back in a few, so stay tuned. Thanks, Jen. Hey there, we know you have to head out to work shortly, but don't forget that you can stay tuned by watching us on our Facebook live stream. Find us at Open Your Eyes BC, and you can continue watching there. You can also download Facebook Watch on your streaming device, and you can watch at your own convenience.
And for all the behind-the-scenes fun, follow us on Instagram at OYE Belize. So,
find us
and follow us
today.
It's time that we realize that we must work together to thrive. The world as we know it, the sky and below it. Could I never have more wonder? Yeah, with life and all you see, and the climate's changing. But hope is remaining. And we can't ignore the future. It depends on you and me. One chance, all that we got. One voice, together we stand. Take care, the world where we live. Permite a todos vivir. Tomamos la oportunidad, vanguarda la humanidad. And I must leave no one behind because we are one climate, one Caribbean. One climate, one
Do you have information about a crime or a fugitive in our community? You can submit a tip anonymously with your smartphone. Using this program in safeguarding our community also protects your identity, keeping you out of the court system, and could earn you a cash reward. Here is how it works. Download the free P3 Tips app from the Apple Store or Android Market. P3 is the provider of our secure anonymous tip collecting software. Open the app and create a PIN, but be sure to remember that number, then select your location. Next, select the type of crime. When submitting a tip, be as specific as possible. If you have a picture, video or audio that will help officers, you can upload them from your phone. Information leading to an arrest can earn you a cash reward of up to $1,000. Once your tip is submitted, you'll be given a tip ID and password. Check back if your tip leads to an arrest. You'll be told how much you were rewarded and how to anonymously collect your cash.
What did you mean earlier about climate change, Mom?
Well, when I was your age, I remember beautiful coral reefs and healthy beaches. The summers weren't as hot as they are right now, and the rainy season meant that it only rained when it was supposed to.
And then what happened?
The weather just started to change, and storms got worse. Coral reefs started to die because the ocean was getting too warm, and crops started to die because there was not much rain. You know, we realized as adults that we were doing something that was causing this.
What were you all doing?
Same thing we're doing now. Not using clean, renewable energy, chopping down too many trees, and even polluting the air with gases, such as the gases emitted from our cars when we drive around.
We need some help before it's too late, Mom.
We can't let it get worse.
What can I do?
We can raise our voices.
With 35 million dreams, aspirations, and futures at risk in CARIFORUM, we need your voice in our story against climate change. Acknowledge, commit, act. This message is brought to you by the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center under the Intra-ACP Global Climate Change Alliance Plus program and is funded by the European Union.
All right, and we are back. It's our first segment for this morning, and it's an exciting one. We have a lot of things here that I don't know about, that I'll learn about, and we have some very intelligent students that will tell us all about it. I'm talking about the Belize High School robotics team. We have in with us Miss Karai Domingo. We have Jaden. Well, actually, Jaden is not with us as yet. We have Justin. We also have Sebastian. And none other than the IT director over there at BHS, Mr. Godfrey Sosa.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are we feeling this morning?
Good. Amazing.
We good? I understand you guys just came off of an exciting experience. Karai, I'll give you the floor to tell us all about where you went, where you came from, and what that experience was like.
All right, so we just recently came back from the first championships in Houston, Texas, but before that, we had gone to the first regionals in Oklahoma. So we went to go participate in the first robotics challenge, which is a competition based on robots where you have a certain task to do, and you have to complete the task in a huge game field.
Okay, so you were first of all, you were in, remind us?
We were in the Green Country Regionals in Oklahoma.
Green Country Regionals in Oklahoma, and then you went to Houston for the championships. Well, first of all, let's talk about your experience in Oklahoma. And I'll ask you, Sebastian, to tell us about the experience in Oklahoma.
Well, when we arrived in Oklahoma, the first day that we went into the pit area, it was something new because it was a lot bigger than any competition that we've been to, and it was incredible to see it because there are around 40 teams in the area, and it was a big stadium. And there was one game field, and when we walked in, all you would see is just the game field right there, and you'd see them setting it up and everything. So you go to the back, and you'd see 40 different teams with all their robots there, and it was impressive to see, wow, these teams have put in as much work as us, and their robots look incredible. So it was a nice experience.
Was it at all intimidating to see that many teams, those many people, all gathered in one location for the purpose of the competition?
Well, I don't think it would be seen as intimidating. I would think it'd be seen as, so since this was our rookie year, we could see, wow, these teams have a lot of experience, and we could see how they play, and we can learn from this experience and see, okay, we can improve based on these things.
So now for you, Justin, staying in Oklahoma, let's talk about the result of that competition for you and your team and how you feel about that.
Yes, so it was our rookie year, our first year, and in our rookie year in Oklahoma, we won the Rookie All-Star Award, which is basically being kind of the best rookie team, kind of to say, like, because we never gave up. Our robot actually got stuck in customs.
Oh, really?
And during that time, the judges gave us a kit robot, like a starter kit, and we just went straight into building that one.
Wow.
Yeah. And then later on, when we went to Houston, we won another award called the Rookie Inspiration. And what's amazing about that is because it was our first rookie year, and once you're a rookie, you only have 1 year to be a rookie. And the next year, you're obviously not a rookie anymore.
Yeah.
And the 2 awards that we could have won, we actually won. Yeah.
So in the regional competition, you would have had to qualify in the regionals to make it to the championship, and you're saying you guys qualified, or by some divine hand, you made it to the championships? How did that happen?
Okay, so originally when you have the game, you have the top alliance that wins, and they get to go on to championships. However, the top alliance that won that time, they pulled a wild card, so we were invited to go to the championships as well with them.
Okay.
Let's step back a bit though. Let's get Mr. Sosa involved in the conversation here. Speak to us about, one, the importance of this kind of activity, a program that teaches young students, high schoolers, all about robotics, and how that helps with their either academic or scientific development.
Yeah, so we've been, we've been doing robotics for a couple years now, and we started with foundational concepts and building up towards being able to compete at level such as this competition. And even the foundation with the programming and how rigorous our curriculum is does allow for us to partake in competitions and events such as this. Now, for this particular competition, we had 4 mentors. Myself, Mr. Silva, Ms. Usher, and Mr. Gustavo Garcia from Belize Science. And I must say that stepping into a robotics competition of this nature opens up a lot to a student. It exposes them to what's out there. It exposes them to networking. It exposes them to be able to compete at a level and show the talent that we do have in Belize and show that we are competitive. When Belize or when we leave from here and we go to these competitions, we are competitive. We don't get intimidated to say that, okay, we can't compete at this level, because for the past couple competitions that we've won, people were always impressed with what we bring. And I must say, for this robot, for this bigger competition where stuff are made, constructed, so none of these parts that you see on this robot is on the other robot that we just competed in. All of that was handmade at Belize Science.
Wow.
So the kids had to cut, bend, shape, construct, put together all the material for that robot, which is about 125 pounds.
Wow.
So just imagine the magnitude of that, and imagine the experience that they're getting at that level. So they get introduced to engineering, arts, the design, mathematics, science, the physics of it, to make sure that when I build my robot, it doesn't tip over. So I need to build it so that the balance, the load balance of it is, you know, centered, the center of gravity, exactly. All of those things these kids are exposed to at this level. They get exposed to other things that you can't teach them. When you go to these competitions and you fail, you learn how to fail. You learn the experience of it. So that when no one can teach you that on how you feel that day.
Emotional intelligence.
Exactly, exactly. When the robot was stuck in customs and we had nothing to compete with, and the kids say, you know, no, we will go and we will build another one.
Right.
That shows a lot.
Let's pause for a second there and let's get into that particular experience. So you land at the airport and then you're informed, well, you know, your robot won't make it out in time for you to compete. What was that process like? How long did it take for you guys to get another one up and running based on the one that was provided, the demo kit that was provided to you?
So once we found out, we're like, oh no. And then what we did, we actually went to help other teams, because we weren't just going to sit there and do nothing. So we just lent out a helping hand to Team Barbados, actually, because their robot, it came, but it was like, it was damaged.
In pieces? It came, but in pieces.
Exactly, yeah. So after doing that, and then one of the judges came up to us and offered us one of the demo kits. So we built a demo kit, and we actually named it BDF, Belize Defense Force, because its only job was to defend. But luckily, that same night, around 9-10 p.m., it cleared out of customs. We took it to the hotel gym. We assembled it all back together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now I want to get into a bit of the competition and what happens in a robotics competition. For somebody that does not know, is not familiar with what takes place in a robotics competition, how do you explain that to me in the simplest terms?
Okay, in the simplest terms, for our robotics competition, you have two teams or two alliances. Each alliance has three members or three teams in each alliance. And the basic game is you have your robot, and all you have to do is score cubes and cones onto different parts of the field.
Okay.
So you each have your own community side. So you have the Red Alliance and the Blue Alliance. The Red Alliance scores their cubes and cones on their side, and the Blue Alliance scores their cubes and cones on their side. You have 2 minutes and 30 seconds to complete that, and whichever team has the most points gets ranking points for their team.
Now, it sounds as simple as that, but I'm sure it's not that simple. That is way more complicated. How many members are in an alliance, and what are their roles and responsibilities?
So for every alliance, or I should say every team, you have 3 players. You have your 2 drive players, and then, oh, actually 4. You have your 2 drive players, your 1 technician, and then your human player. So in total for each alliance, you'd have about 12 members per each side, and they're each controlling their own robot, trying to score points for their alliance itself.
Wow. And to take it back a little bit, Sebastian, what goes into preparing a robot for these types of competitions? Like what are the things you have to consider when you're building your robot?
Well, this year when we started building our robot, we made a plan A and a plan B, so that if something wouldn't work out with the first plan, we would then have a backup so that we wouldn't be lost and be like, oh no, what do we do now?
Yeah.
So that's one very important step that you have to make when making any robot or any big project as such. So to construct the robot, like Mr. Sosa said, we had to cut with the machines and bend and place the pieces where they had to go and use a lot of physics to figure out how to make the robot stabilize without falling over if it was hit or had slight touch from another robot.
Yes, so what are some of the subjects you'd have to apply? To imagine here, mathematics, physics, IT.
So some of the subjects here that you'd have to apply, I would say that you'd have to apply most of the subjects that you learned in school to accomplish this, because a lot of the subjects are core subjects and they would help you in this experience. For example, if communication is a big skill when you're working with a team. Because if a team doesn't have good communication, then you can't really get anywhere, because there would always be arguments and disagreements throughout the team and you wouldn't know how to fix it. So communication would be a big skill that you'd have to learn to work as a team in robotics competition.
So Sebastian has mentioned, Godfrey, that they need to be able to apply all the subjects that they would have learned over the course of the program. Talk to us about the STEM curriculum or the STEAM curriculum that you guys have over at BHS.
We try to have it as cross-curricular as possible whenever it comes to STEAM. So a lot of the subjects we tend to have that real world where you get to apply what you're learning and apply it to a real world perspective. Doing that allows for them to be able to understand situations such as these in building robots and how they operate and how they work. So a lot of the foundation of the curriculum involves for us to have those real world applications where kids are learning, okay, well, how does it work or operate in the real world? So a machine, what all does it need? Motors, gears, the pistons, all of these things. So they get to understand how these things work, so that whenever competitions such as these come up, which is of a higher caliber and requires more engineering, they are able to take that and say, okay, I know how this works, I think we can apply it here. And that was done on this last robot that we did a lot.
All right.
So we had to use pistons, all of these things. So.
All right, so Karai, I want to take it back to you, and I want you to, if possible, explain a bit for us in terms of what we have in front of us.
Okay.
What are we looking at?
Okay, so at our school, we have 3 main robotics competitions, right? We have the first Lego League, first robotics, and first global. So right here, we have our first Lego League and our first global robots. So this one here, less than £1.
This is a Lego,
fully made, Lego.
So there's a league for Legos?
There's a Lego League, yes. Those ones are for students ages 9 to 16 outside the US and 9 to 14 in the US. So this is for the Lego. Then we have FGC, which takes place every year, which is the one we won gold for in Switzerland. This one is about £35, give or take. And then you finally have the FRC robot, that's £121. So what we're trying to show here is that in the company, you kind of graduate as you go along in the competition. It's not, oh, you just do this, and you do it one time, it's over, right?
Yeah.
Like for me personally, I've been doing, I started with Lego League in standard 5, standard 4, and then now I'm here for robotics. I'm a sophomore, second form now. So you graduate as you go along with it. So right here, we're trying to show that our school, we try to incorporate robotics into our curriculum and try to teach students multiple different aspects of the robotics competition itself.
Okay.
So we have been joined on set this morning by Jaden Chen. Good morning, Jaden. Good morning. You're a senior at BHS?
Yes.
Welcome. Part of our conversation this morning is to talk about the experience of participating in robotics competitions outside of the country. You've just joined us. Talk to us about your recent experience competing in robotics.
So the experience that we just attended was the first World's Championship. It had a combination of first Lego League, first Tech Challenge, and FRC, which is first robotics. And truly, that experience was spectacular because we are a rookie team and it is our first time going there. So definitely you see so much more than you expected, like seeing bigger robots, seeing more experienced people, seeing like the entire center, the stadium, and all the audience and fans. But definitely we want to thank our sponsors because they were able to support us and allow us to have a chance to be able to attend the competition.
Okay, so would you guys be able to demonstrate something for us? I don't know, move the arms, make it roll, what you do? Would you be able to?
Yeah, we can demonstrate our first global robot.
Yeah, tell me a bit about what you'll do.
With First Global and First Robotics, we have 2 drivers because 2 drivers is always better than 1.
Yeah.
So I control the driving mechanism, and he will control the arms and all the other mechanisms.
Okay. All right. So you're hooking it up. This is connected.
Yes. So this is a tablet, driver hub, which connects to one of the control hubs.
Okay.
So it connects via Wi-Fi, acts as a Wi-Fi. And
you have access to the Wi-Fi here? Oh, there you go. Answers my question.
Ooh, it's been quite a while since I've been controller. Yeah, so this is the robot that we used in Switzerland.
Yeah. Oh, you have some balls on the ground.
Yeah, and compared to First Robotics, this one is extremely slow.
Is it?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
It's been quite a while.
There goes the first one.
Oh, okay.
There goes the second.
Yeah.
And there goes the third.
There we go.
There
and
you
then
go.
it releases the payload at the back.
At the back.
There we go. That's what it does.
That was good. That was good.
Cool.
So that's basically a part of its function. That would be like a task in a competition.
Yes. So for last year's task, it was the black balls were called carbon atoms. They're referred to as them. And what you would do is you would collect them and you would either distribute them into a compressor, which then the human player picks up and throws it into a central tube, or you could shoot it with your robot. And then at the end, there's always parking because it gives you a multiplier of your points. And there was about 3 levels: a high bar, low bar, and a middle bar. And for our robot, we're extremely consistent with the middle bar, and that's one of the reasons why we won the competition, along with our amazing alliance.
Now, I would imagine that robots are designed differently, so you think of the designs, right, and how you want it to function to accomplish the tasks that are set out for you. For example, the way how this is designed to do this task, I would imagine another team may not design it the same way to fulfill the same task.
Yeah, that's the amazing thing about this, because First Global, they give everyone the same kit, same amount of parts, everything, regulations, and then it's up to that team with their amazing minds to be innovative and come up with a way to complete the task the most efficiently as possible. And after this is First Robotics, and that's a more complex one because there you're not limited to the parts they give you. You can actually use anything you want as long as it's commercially available.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a question to ask you guys. Where do you see yourselves going beyond this particular program? In the sense that perhaps for you, this is where you begin from, but there's a journey ahead in terms of your respective fields of interest. Where do you guys see yourselves going?
So
let's start with you.
I think for myself, I would go to college next year. So I would go to I would major in computer science, and with First Robotics on all the robotics program I've been in, it's definitely helped with the experience. But for the school, I think the future heads towards outreach, going out to the public, getting more schools involved. Belize can have 5 teams in the future, hopefully, 5 FRC teams, and that would be an amazing thing. Opening up robotics to Belize, educating the youth, because STEM is an amazing part of education. It's a very critical part of education.
Alright, so for me, I definitely use the skills that I've learned from First, because in first, you learn so much more than just robotics. You learn communication, networking, presenting, and so much more that you have to experience first to know like all the skills that you can gain. Especially, and because I'm also going in college next year, I'm going to major in computer science as well.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely be using those skills. But for the school, like Justin said, I definitely hope to see that there are more FRC teams available to other students in Belize, and definitely hope to see what Karai and Alexander can do. Because especially, I want to see that they could write their own story, make more titles for our school and for Belize.
Karai?
Yeah. Well, like Jaden said, I'm actually only a sophomore, so I still have 2 more years of this program. So I want to be able to continue the legacy of robotics in BHS, right? I want to still have us gaining awards, still competing in competitions. And then after robotics, after I graduate from BHS, I actually plan to major in astrophysics to become an astronomer. So having this foundation of STEM is able to help me have a foundation, so when I get to college, I know exactly what I'm doing, how I'm going to do it.
And Alexander?
Sebastian.
Yeah.
I'd like to use the skills that I learned in first to, because my future career, I want to be a robotic engineer. So this is a great foundation for me, because I can learn a lot. Like just seeing the robot, I could analyze it and see, okay, this is how this works. And to me, this experience can be a big stepping stone for me in my future.
All right, well, guys, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work. I know this definitely isn't the first time, and I'm sure it won't be the last time we'll hear from the BHS robotics team. So all the best to you all in your future endeavors. Good luck in college.
Thank you.
I know that's going to be a journey, and all the best as you guys continue your high school
Thank you.
journey.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So with that, we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we have the National Bank. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss that one.
Technology is ubiquitous, and it's transforming how, when, and where we work. Fulltech Systems is placing award-winning devices in the hands of information workers, allowing them to work without compromise in a world without wires, to innovate, create, and to maximize productivity anytime, anywhere. Satisfying the needs of the desk-centric remote and field worker and every other worker in between. We are providing the industry's best devices to businesses going through the process of digital transformation. Partner with us today to provide the solutions that will allow your employees to work effectively and efficiently to enhance your customers' experience. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price, but stay for the service.
Ain't this what they've been waiting for? On Friday, April 28th, it's the only BEBL rivalry that truly matters. It's City versus City. Resorts and All Capital Sports Management presents Friday Night Lights. This is our city when your Belize City Defenders, who haven't lost to their arch rivals, the Hurricanes, since 2018, look to continue their domination. The Talladega Tornado and the newly minted member of the 1000 Points Club, Nigel Jones, along with JT Branch, Lorenzo Dillard, Michael Zul, Farron Loriano, and the rest of the defenders have recovered from their mid-season slip-ups and have reasserted themselves as a force to be reckoned with. The halftime show features the 1-2-3 Vegetable Oil Challenge for $3,000 and a special session from the Caribbean Palace, DJ Puffy, as he primes us up for everybody official after party at Shisha 8 Lounge. Defenders versus Hurricanes. And sponsored by Moist Oil Resorts, 123 Vegetable Oil, Honorable Anthony Mahler, Channel 5, Print Inc., The Tavern, Belize City Council, Body 2000, Premier Charters and Tours, Nocturnal, Madisco, Shisha 8 Lounge, Full Memory Photography, Smiling Meats, and Mars Rentals.
We go 0 to 100 real quick.
From now on, when you visit Uno, you will experience an A+ power in all fuels. Dynamax has evolved into Dynamax Plus. The new formula with the ultimate technology in additives provides an A+ power and A+ performance. Dynamax Plus, available in diesel, regular and premium. Try it today and reach further. Uno, a different energy.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5 Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
Whether you're at home, on the road, at work, or at school, if you see news happening or suspect that something might be up, call or text the Channel 5 News Belize tip line at 672-5555. You don't have to give us your name, just give us the tip. That's 672-5555. Call or text us so we can check it out.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Marion Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes, go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, because news is now everywhere, all the time, and so are we.
Do you have information about a crime or a fugitive in our community? You can submit a tip anonymously with your smartphone. Using this program in safeguarding our community also protects your identity, keeping you out of the court system, and could earn you a cash reward. Here is how it works. Download the free P3 Tips app from the Apple Store or Android Market. P3 is the provider of our secure anonymous tip collecting software. Open the app and create a PIN, but be sure to remember that number, then select your location. Next, select the type of crime. When submitting a tip, be as specific as possible. If you have a picture, video, or audio that will help officers, you can upload them from your phone. Information leading to an arrest can earn you a cash reward of up to $1,000. Once your tip is submitted, you'll be given a tip ID and password. Check back if your tip leads to an arrest. You'll be told how much you were rewarded and how to anonymously collect your cash.
And welcome back. We are in our second segment of the show this morning. We have been joined by representatives from the National Bank of Belize. We have with us in studio this morning the marketing manager, Shari Obando. Good morning.
Good morning.
And to her right is marketing officer Kiana Halls. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's the latest with National Bank?
All right, you know that every time we come and open your eyes, it's because we bring something else, right? We're stepping up that little notch up. So, yes, like I mentioned previously on our last presentation here on your show, the National Bank always try to make sure that we put forth our best foot forward, not just because there is an event coming this weekend, but because we know that this is the bank for the people. And since Agric Show is known as the show for the people, we are collaborating and we are going to be present at this year's agriculture show for the 2 days. So National Bank is bringing some great loan promotions over this weekend at the show. So we're inviting individuals, Belizeans, to visit us. We have 4 loan promotions going on. Currently we have the debt relief, we have the first-time homeowners, we have those, some of them like 5.5%, 5.99%, that's as low as it goes. Then we have the increase your net worth for 10%, at 10% interest rate. Then of course we have the multi-purpose loan that we'll be pushing forward on May 1st. But if you come to the Agric Show, you can still get some discount on the application fee. So we are going to be doing 50% off application fee at this year's agriculture show for any of these loans. Wow. And so these are, like I mentioned, the multi-purpose loan is for those people who want money to be able to pay educational expenses, get ready for graduation, take a family vacation, or even, you know, you want to maybe some personal expenses for the household. So we are inviting everyone to visit us. We do have several services also that we offer. You can visit one of our representatives at our booth and get more information. Now, the way it works for this weekend is you are not required to bring any documents to sign up for any of the loan applications.
Really?
All you need to do is to come sign up, and then we will make your appointments for you on another date. And then the loan officer will then explain what is required. So once you sign up, your name goes logged, you automatically get that discount whenever you're ready to apply for your loan.
Wow.
Right? So we also have prizes to be giving away. So if you apply for these loans out there also, you get a chance to spin the wheel, win a wonderful prize, and we brought you guys some of those prizes too.
Excellent.
And so you can win a gift basket after Saturday, and you have that basket is hefty. It has a lot of wonderful things in there. You want to win the basket.
Money?
And we're talking about money shortly. My officer gets to the good part with money right now. And so we have raffles going on. This year we're introducing something very new with our NBB Pay wallet at the Fun Zone. NBB is having first ever Fun Zone at this year's Agric Show. So besides that though, the National Bank of Belize is the People's Bank. It's not just for public officers. It's for everybody. We do have our branches, one main branch at the Eleanor Hall building here in Belize City, one in Belmopan and Constitution Drive. We have a service center in Orange Walk Town and a service center in San Ignacio Town. So we are expanding. We are making sure we're branching off to reach out to everybody in this country. All right, it's the People's Bank. What I will do now is allow my marketing officer to share with you the good perks of our NBB Pay wallet, because this is where the good part is, the money part now.
Well, you have the wealth of information and you just lay it out. I love that about you. And so now let's go to Kiana. You're going to talk to us about money and how we could leave this show richer than we started.
Exactly. Okay. So, well, I know Belizeans, we like free things, right? And more of a free money. So when you think bank, you think money, but as you guys know, National Bank of Belize, we have our very own e-wallet. It's called NBB Pay. We've launched for over a year now, and so this is our second year around doing Agric with NBB Pay, right? And so I want to mention that NBB Pay is the exclusive e-wallet for the Agric Show, meaning that this is the only e-wallet where you can purchase tickets for Agric, right?
Okay.
So we're encouraging our users, firstly, to pre-purchase your tickets using the app, right? So any new sign-ups, if you don't have the app as yet and you sign up, you receive $10. Tickets through the app for adults cost $4. For kids, I believe it's $2.60. only within the NBB Pay app, right? And so we're offering this service so that people have that opportunity to skip those lines.
Yeah.
I know you get out there and the line is really, really long and you just want to get inside and do what you have to do, right? So you can pre-purchase your tickets using the app. We also have a variety of our NBB Pay merchants who will be accepting the app as well. They're going to be having special promotions when you pay. We're going to have representatives all over the showgrounds out there that are going to be able to top up your wallets for you guys. If you don't have any money on it, if you don't have it yet, they're going to help you to download and sign up. We have 2 stations outside of the gates. So if you didn't get it, we're encouraging you to pre-purchase, but if you still reach wait at the gate and you're not pre-purchased yet, we still have stations out there whereby you can purchase the tickets from the NBB team and get your tickets. We're doing a money giveaway. At the end of this showgrounds, we're giving away $300 digital dollars, and you get a chance to enter this with doing transactions, right? So for every transaction that you do, you purchase a ticket, you go buy some food, you go buy some drinks. Every time you use the app, you get a entry into the raffle to win $300 at the end of Agric. And then, like Ms. Shari mentioned, we're doing our first ever NBB Pay Fun Zone.
What's that?
What is that? Yeah.
That is a zone or an area where we're having activities for your kids. So the whole thing is scan to play. So the activities there only cost $2 digital dollars. So we are ready to give you a 10, 5 chance. Your kids, we have trampolines, we have bouncy houses, we have a dunk tank, and so we have a lot of great things there, something for everyone, right? So Agric is a family event. We know people go out there with their kids. We know if you're there busy at our booth and you're speaking with our representatives, your kids could go across the way over to the fun zone. It's safe. Our staff is there. It's fenced. So we're encouraging people really to just utilize the app as much as possible. We want you guys to see how easy and convenient and free it is, because we don't charge for transactions in the NBB Pay wallet. So that's a good thing. It's free.
There's something.
Yeah, that's the catch, right?
There's
that's
a catch.
the catch.
Yeah, so it's free.
And what Kiana mentioned is very important, because when you scan to buy, make a purchase or so, every transaction, it doesn't matter if you go and buy drink, food, at the end of the day you get you're eligible to win that money, to win the grand raffle. And also it's a safe, secure, efficient way to take your money with you. For Agric Show, NBB is encouraging you to just take your cell phone, get the app on, whenever you need to buy, scan to pay. You don't need to have no cash where you worry about that your money will drop out your pocket. Right here, just make sure that the phone don't drop out your
pocket. You don't lose your phone.
Right? Because
you won't lose your money if you lose your phone, but unfortunately you would have lost your phone.
And when you sign up out at Agric Show for the app, the only thing we'd ask is for a social security card. Because some people walk out without their cards and stuff like that. So a social security card is very important, or passport, right? And any iPharma ID, so that we can have that record when you sign up for the app. And being out there this weekend is going to be we know it's going to be a little warm, but like she mentioned, the fun zone again is for those families who go out there and want to maybe have a little conversation with us at our booth, and they want to have their kids do something fun while they're doing that. And so the fun zone accommodates that. It's the first time we're doing it, and we know that a lot of people are going to be coming out to bring their children. So it's something to add on. The bank does not only think about bringing people to do loans with us or to get our services, but we also give back. This is a form of giving back. You hear the lovely promotions we're doing where you download the app, you get $10 free, you buy your ticket for going, you're practically paying nothing to go into the showground. It's
going
free.
for free, right? When you download the app. Let's say I get to the gate and I'm like, wait, I don't want to pay this money. Let me download the NBB Pay app. And I get $10.
$10 free.
And instantly I pay that. I get it free.
And you still have change.
I'm going to have fun zone.
Right, and go to the fun zone. So, and we do have raffles going on throughout the whole weekend. And so we're encouraging, individuals who might not have heard of the National Bank before, or have the misconception that, hey, this National Bank is just for public officers. No, no, no. The National Bank is for everybody. It's a Belizean bank. It's for the people of Belize, and we really need to make people understand that that is the direction we're heading, and we want people to come on board, join the NBB family. We have a lot to offer. Our services are expanding. We want, in fact, our NBB wallet base is expanding. There is no disappointment to it. And if you want a safe and secure way to secure your money and to carry about your money, to make purchases, then why not NBB Pay? And at Agric Show this weekend, we'll have a lot of merchants who will be accepting the app.
I was going to ask about that. Tell me a bit about persons, customers with the NBB Pay app going out there with their funds on the app and thinking whether or not they'll be able to make some of the purchases that they would customarily make when they got at showgrounds.
Okay, so we have a wide variety of merchants, people with food, people selling, there people who have small businesses, and I want to make mention of that NBB Pay merchants are majority entrepreneurs, people with small businesses. That's who we support. That we support all businesses, but that's who supports us. They get behind us. Every event that we have, they're not reluctant to sign up. They accept the app. We recently had the FFB collaboration with the Belize versus Guatemala game. All of our merchants went out there. They accepted the app, and so they're very supportive, and we're only as good as the people behind us, right? And so we have a variety of merchants selling food where they're going to be identifiable. They're going to have a big sign in front of their booth with the NBB Pay wallet, so you're going to know where to have them. Our representatives as well will also be able to guide you, direct you, tell you where to go, tell you what the promotions are. I know we have some people over at the bar for those who like to drink. I know we have some doing 3 for $10. Rude Boy Belize doing 2 for $10, things like that. So they have different promotions, places where you can use your wallet. And don't be afraid. We're going to give you $10, but don't be afraid to find a NBB Pay rep, top up your wallet, and use it, right? It also doesn't end at Agric, of course. There's also the Agric after parties that continue on throughout the night. We've partnered with Belmopan Market Plaza, and they're hosting Tilda Manning Bash with all of these great big headliners. I know Super G and all of them will be there. So we're selling tickets via NBB Pay. So if you want to purchase that in advance, they're available now at our branches and service centers. You purchase through the app and then you pick up at the branch, right? And if you get out there, you still not purchase it yet, you know, or the Belizean, when I like the things in advance, they're exclusively going to be there at an NBB Pay representative or at the NBB booth. We're going to have tickets to that
Let's
as well.
go back a bit and get into perhaps a few of the details regarding the 4 offerings that you mentioned earlier. I know loans for first-time homeowners are being offered. Can you speak to us a bit more about that?
Yes. So in the event, you have always been renting. You have always been trying to see how you can have a home for your family, but there is like no mean for you to, like, there is no way, no hope. Well, the National Bank has interest rates as low as 5.5%, 5.99% for first-time homeowners. And this loan allows you, once you are working, you're qualified, you're working, you have, well, of course you have to have a job and so forth. There's so many requirements, conditions that apply. This is a great way to move forward from renting but to owning. So we're encouraging individuals, why pay that rent when you can own? If you know you have a job, you have a family, you want to give them the best, our bank is offering you a very low interest rate to come and make that big move, that bold step, something that will be yours, something you can own and say, it's mine. At the end of the day, what are you doing? You are increasing your net worth. And that's another loan we're doing. We have the increase your net worth, where you already have a home established, but you want to purchase another home, or you want to purchase a piece of land, or you want to purchase land. You're increasing your net worth. You're increasing your assets. You're having more to you for you to be able to, your child needs to go to university in 10, 15 years. Where would you go if you don't have the money? At least you have that to be able to look at and say, hey, I have invested in something that I know my child can definitely utilize when they move on in their career path, or if medical expenses, something sudden comes up, you have that extra. You don't have to be running all over the place trying to borrow money from someone. So at the National Bank, what we try to do is to encourage individuals to think more in the line of making an investment that will be not just for you, but for your family and for your future. Wow. Because at the end of the day, the bank gives that leverage for you to have those assets at a very low percentage when it comes to interest rate. We are one of the most competitive when it comes to the interest rates amongst other banks. And a lot of people are seeing it indeed. They come to us and they're like, wow, we didn't know that you guys offer so much. And this is a little, you know, uprising bank taking the big stand now. And we are there matching, and we are there reaching, and we are there making sure that individuals are happy. At the end of the day, it's about making a family out of everyone in this country with the National Bank.
Yeah,
Right?
I love the energy. I love the vibe. I could see that you all are working, and I appreciate the work that's being done over there at the NBB Pay.
Right.
And I appreciate the fact that your merchants as well are benefiting from the various partnerships that you guys engage in. It appears to me as if there's an advantage to being a merchant under NBB Pay. For example, the FFB, for example, the Agric Showground. You guys, it seems to me as if you pull your merchants with you, so as you advance, they advance, and I think that's a positive.
Because we also work with the small, medium-sized enterprises as well, the medium-sized enterprises, and we have a department there at National Bank, the corporate department, that assists small businesses to grow. And of course, that section will be highlighted at this year's Agric Show.
Okay.
So we want people to come out and visit us, ask us questions.
Yeah.
You have any doubts? We're there to help you to answer your questions. The corporate department is one of the most significant departments at our bank. A lot of people don't hear much about it, but it's true there that you get those business running. It's true there that you can find out more about entrepreneurship, how you can build your own small business and making it big someday. We do offer that. So we want people to come. You don't know? Ask us questions. We'll be having some flyers to give away. But one of the main things, apart from flyers, we have our social media pages. We have our Facebook, we have our Instagram. We're encouraging individuals. Follow us. Share our pages. Also, when we post, we would post promotions. That's a little tip again. You want to win a prize? Follow us. Share, like our page. For example, over this weekend, we'll be having giveaways, right?
On social media.
On social media, we have a scavenger hunt going on. And so we want people to follow us, like us, share our page, and keep up to date with what National Bank is doing.
All right, so we are about to wrap up this conversation. Such a lovely conversation. And as we wrap up the conversation, I just want to get into quickly, tell us how the Scan and Pay works.
Okay, so basically to use NBB Pay, you obviously download from the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. You download, you sign up, you follow the steps. It's going to ask you for your personal information, name, number, email address. You set a password, and it is going to ask you for your social security number and to scan your ID, right? So once you signed up, your account is immediately approved, and you receive your $10. And then to scan to pay, your merchant or whoever you're purchasing has a QR code. You're going to go to the Pay tab, and you're going to click Pay. You're going to scan the code and pay. Let's go say your camera on your phone are really that good. You can enter the payment code manually. It's also there. They all have their QR codes. It has the physical code. It has the manual code. You can enter it, and you just slide to send.
Perfect. Thank you, Kiana. You came bearing gifts?
I bear gifts
all
right. from the National Bank of Belize family.
Yes, thank you.
We have gifts for you.
Thank you.
A little token. That is just some of the perks people will be getting at the Agric Show when they spin that wheel and win prizes. We have a spin the wheel out there. So visit our booth, win some great prizes. We have a lot to give away, and we have a lot to share.
Perfect. Thank you both so much for bringing the energy and the information all at the same time. With that, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, it's all about the Autism Week, Autism Walk for Autism Month. You don't want to miss that one. Stay tuned.
With eCash, bill payment is extremely convenient, and all utility companies accept eCash payments. What's even better? You get to split bills with your roommates, siblings, or whoever you desire. Simply open your eCash app, go to Bill Pay, tap the respective utility company, enter the information, and pay the bill. Then tap the transaction made. Tap Split the bill. Select Evenly. Send the request to who you are splitting the bill with, and get notified when they pay. Talk about making life easy and avoiding confusion. You can split the bill for restaurants, grocery stores, and for any eCash payment you make. To find your next yummy meal, hair treatment, or chill spot, simply open the app and utilize the geolocation service to see nearby businesses that accept eCash. Geolocation and bill payment make life a whole lot easier.
Sign up for Smart Share Plan and save big. Whether you're a small entrepreneur starting up your business, a student on a limited budget, or a family trying to save, this is the plan for you. With unlimited SMS, calls, and data, we help you save. Get up to 5 lines for as low as $30 per line monthly, only with Smart. Sign up today at any Smart showroom or sales manager countrywide. So get your business going, share more memories with friends, and be ready for the day with Smart.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
All right, and we are back with our third conversation for this morning, and it's all about Autism Month and the upcoming Autism Walk. And we have none other than Ms. Giselle Stevens, who is the Director of Projects at Autism Belize. Ms. Stevens, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing this morning?
Great. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. So we want to start first with Autism Walk, since that's coming up. Let's talk a bit about what can be expected. But first, when is it scheduled to take place?
Okay, so the walk is going to be on Saturday, but we're actually having walks around the country. 3 years ago, when we first launched Autism Belize and the Autism Awareness Light It Up Blue campaign, we only had in the Belize city. And then the next year we expanded to a couple more districts. This year we have in Belize City, and that's going to be Saturday at 6 a.m. And it's going to start at the BTL Park. We go to the Lighthouse Belize sign, and then we go back to the BTL Park, right? Of course, all of these walks, you have a chance to win amazing prizes, whether a trip to Key Hawker, also packages from DG, and too many to mention. Gift baskets, etc., right? And then we also have in San Ignacio, Saturday as well, 6 a.m. They leave the town hall, they go through the town, and they end up back at the town hall again, right? And then we have in Corozal town, also on Saturday, they start at 7 a.m. They leave from the town hall, and they end up back at the town hall. And we have Orange Walk. Now, I think next year we'll probably have to see how we can compete with Orange Walk.
Really?
Because Orange Walk has a 5K run competition.
Wow.
In addition to the 3K walk, which is not competitive,
Yeah.
and they have a 5K ride, but the run is competitive.
So they go all out.
They go all out for this, right? We're happy to see that.
Yeah.
And then we also have in Belmopan, which is also on Saturday. They start at 6 a.m. from the Governor General Field to Sir George Brown Field, right? But also to support, we do have T-shirts that are available for sale for the walk. Of course, all proceeds go back towards Autism Belize to drive the awareness, to train, right? And then we also have bags that are being sold by Stella Maris, and those would be a 50-50 split between Stella Maris and Autism Belize. So if you can come out to the walk, please make sure you buy a T-shirt and you come out. I do believe we have limited numbers left of T-shirts, so you need to really WhatsApp quickly to get into that.
How important is it for the public to know and understand autism and persons living with autism?
Yeah, I think that's really important simply because we exist, right? We exist and we want to be inclusive. This year, actually, it's celebrate individuality, embrace inclusivity, right? And that was the purpose of really forming Autism Belize, right? We want to teach autism, so that's why we do have a lot of training sessions with teachers, with parents. We do sensitization to employees, so during the whole month of April, we went into different employers and we sensitized as to what are the expectations in terms of behavior, the signs to look for, and how you can assist, right? We also want to promote, so that's why we do the Light It Up Blue campaign every April to drive that awareness, because of course Autism Awareness Month is celebrated worldwide in April. And we also encourage during this entire month, we encourage people to wear blue. We said on Fridays, but people were, you know, every day you felt comfortable wearing blue, we were happy with that. Also share blue, so when you wear blue, you take a selfie, you share it, you post it, that helps to really create conversation starters about autism, right?
Yeah.
And then also Light It Up Blue was where we had organizations light up their infrastructure in blue, homes were lit up in blue, right? And then we end with the walk usually. So we feel that it's also important for us to advocate, right? So we want to ensure that with inclusivity being one of the things that we want to achieve, we advocate alongside other organizations, but to government and to different organizations that can help, right? And then we support, right? We support each other who are in this journey of autism. So every month we have what we call parent meeting. We talk about the lows and the highs. You know, we cry, we laugh together, you know, and we share, because autism is two things. It's invisible, so you can't necessarily see somebody and say they're autistic. There's no physical characteristic to it. And also it's a spectrum. So how it impacts my son, it may not impact somebody else's son. So sharing your experiences helps us to find some sort of balance as to how we approach our journey with our children.
Let's talk about your involvement and what inspired you to become so involved and push this cause forward as you are doing right now.
Well, I mean, I felt like I had no choice in the sense of I really would want for someday for Eric to be inclusive in society. I would want him to...
That's your son?
My son, sorry, Eric. Yeah. I want him to someday be able to, I can't say normal, you know, but to have some sense of normality in society.
To fit in and have that
fit in,
comfort.
right? To have some comfort. And without us coming forward and speaking, we can't drive that awareness. We can't drive that education. And, you know, at first it was difficult because you always want to keep that protective cocoon, you know?
Yeah.
You don't want them to be stigmatized. You don't want them to be hurt or them to even hurt others. So you kind of, it's a real internal fight at times as to how do you approach it. But, you know, when Eric was born a preemie, but milestones were not being achieved. So I just kind of said it's probably because he's a preemie. But I remember his pediatrician saying one day when I mentioned that, you know, we were just talking through different developmental stages, and I said to him, I said, Dr. Eck, you know, when I go pick him up from the daycare, he doesn't even look up at me. Or if he looks up, he goes right back to whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like this, like, Mommy, I don't really want to go. I'm not even interested you're here. And he said to me, I'm not going to label your son this early, but we have to start thinking about autism. And so that drove me into the world of research, Google, as to what this is, right? And it became a necessary part of our lives as to be educated ourselves and to look for the signs and to see what are the next steps. And for me, knowing was the most important thing, because if I know what's the issue, then I know how to approach and how to help and address it.
So what has this progress been like, though?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a roller coaster, because with every new development stage in terms of his body, in terms of his intellect, there are new challenges. I didn't even know if I would have made it here this morning. We had 1 hour of non-stop screaming, hitting himself, hitting his head, and we couldn't figure out what was the trigger. So sometimes you don't know what the trigger is. But he has come a long way in terms of intellect. Eric, from before he was a year and a half, he was putting together letters and spelling huge words.
Wow.
Butterfly. So it's like you saw that there was this knack for letters and numbers, and you know, you try your best to develop that as much as possible. So he has now, we now communicate through 2 things. He does what we call echolalia. It simply means he's echoing what you say. So I could say, hi, Eric, how are you? And he's gonna say, hi, Eric, how are you? Right? But he's not able to really come and say, I'm sick, I'm in pain, right? So we also have started to use a speech app that would allow him to click on things and basically try to express what he's going through, right? It's a work in progress, because it's due to both of us. Both of us have to learn how to use the app, so we're in training right now for that app. But I can say that his echolalia has really progressed a lot, where before it was 1 word, and now it's like a full phrase or a sentence. And that's an opportunity to continue to build on the communication with him.
How old is he now?
He's 9.
Wow, 9 years old. What a journey that has been for you.
It has been.
It's an ongoing journey, actually.
Yeah, and it is an ongoing journey.
It is. It's a lifetime. It's a lifetime.
Yeah. So I want to get back a bit to the walk. Apart from the shirts, the sale of the shirts, and I think there's another item, the bags from the kids at Stella Maris. Are there other ways that people can contribute? Is there perhaps a contribution fee for joining the walk or joining the 5K in Orange Walk, for example?
It's more of a donation. If you come out, we will have some raffle tickets for sale. I think it's $3 per ticket, where you have opportunities to win other prizes. But it's also of your free will. If you want to give, you can give at the walk. If you want to give, you can contact us on our website or our WhatsApp number, and all of that is on our website. And we can share with you our bank account information, and you can donate, right? We appreciate any amount, any form. It could be even you volunteering yourself, right? I know one of the things we would love to do in later years to come is what we call a respite service, where sometimes we need a break, but we need to be able to trust someone who's trained, that we feel comfortable both for you and for our child, that we can go and say, you know what, I'm going to take a spa treatment or something of the sort, so I can have an hour away, right? So you know, young people who would want to someday give back in that form, you know, it's something that we will look at later to see how we can do training for that, so that that's something we can offer to our parents as well.
Giselle, such an interesting conversation. I know that Autism Month is in April, but the work does not begin and end in April. There's a lot ahead. Just final question for me. Let's talk a bit about some of the work that will take place throughout the year, just to connect the dots in terms of where these contributions and funds will go.
Right. So you're right. It's a lifetime journey. This month is dedicated to just drive the awareness and to make noise in our social media platforms and in these forums. But we do have to continue the work because our children are there and they need that support. So some of the things that we've been doing is, for the parents as well and for the children, is providing therapies. Okay. Eric would need therapies for maybe the most of his life, because he's at what we call a level 3, which is severe, right? So speech therapy is one of the things that we are pushing right now. So we have therapists and specialists that come in from abroad for a certain 3-month, 4-month period, and they work with our babies. We also have what we call behavioral therapy. Behavioral therapy is more to help them to learn to have to be more socially included, right? They tend to want to be by themselves and isolate. So it's also helping with behaviors, minimizing that aggression, you know, finding strategic ways of you avoiding those meltdowns as much as you can. Then there's something that's called occupational therapy, which is also helping them to integrate in society. How can I, you know, dress properly? How can I maybe cook? Maybe, you know, things like that. So those are things that we'll continue to do throughout the year. Also, we do a lot of training with teachers because our children are part of the education system, and it's important for teachers to be aware as to how to traverse this journey with us as well. And also for parents, we do have trainings that continue for our parents as well, and sessions for them.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning, for sharing all this important information, and all the best to you and Autism Belize as you continue this lifelong journey.
Thank you so much.
With that, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, we have the Defenders basketball team. Stay tuned for that conversation.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited postpaid plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart.
It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
My Social Security is your secure online account to manage all your Social Security information. My Social Security launched in March 2021 with registration service to apply online for new or replacement Social Security cards. Upgrades to My Social Security continues with a new look, enhanced customer experience, and its newest feature, Sickness Benefit Online application. With My Social Security, you can create your account, log in, and take control of your Social Security information. This includes applying for a new or replacement Social Security card for yourself, child, or dependent. Make appointments online and submit your complete sickness benefit claim package. Our customer care team is here to provide you, our valued customers, with real-time support. Connect with one of our customer care agents through direct messages on WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, or live chat, or follow our YouTube channel for more information. Social Security at your fingertips. My Social Security.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5 Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Marion Alley, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 police teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 believes on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, because news is now everywhere, all the time, and so are we.
Whether you're at home, on the road, at work, or at school, if you see news happening or suspect that something might be up, call or text the Channel 5 News Belize tip line at 672-5555. You don't have to give us your name, just give us the tip. That's 672-5555. Call or text us so we can check it out.
So he may be
And we are back with our fourth and final conversation for this morning. These guys are no stranger to the Open Your Eyes set. I feel like then they are every week. They just need to bring their bed now and breakfast. When you bring with breakfast, man, how much time you promise with breakfast and still not get it yet? All right, so we have none other than my brother, John Marsden, Marketing Director of the Belize City Defenders. We have Mr. Nigel Jones in with us, the one and only, as well as Mr. JT Branch, tall guy, dunker, all kind of thing. This ball, yeah, bad. So, guys, big game coming up tomorrow night. It's one of the highlight matches for this season as we head to the playoff. We know that the last one was huge. The turnout was amazing. John, what can we expect for tomorrow night?
Pure energy, pure fire, pure excitement.
Yeah.
I mean, the city is already buzzing with it. It's the talk of the city. Everybody is beatnik. I mean, my calls don't stop. I tell them a lot by that.
Yeah. Okay.
People that request tickets, people that this. I'm sorry, I can't hold nobody tickets. Yeah. I have to head out of the city right away as I'm finished here. But pure excitement. The last game was spectacular.
Ram Jam Park.
The excitement is fueled by a rivalry, right? Between the Defenders and the Hurricanes. And I understand that you guys have been successful the past 4 outings against the Hurricanes.
So it
Talk to us about that.
It dates back from 2018. Defenders, the first year Defenders, because it was our first inception year into the league versus these Hurricanes. They had the experience over us. We were newcomers. They got the better of that match. They won their championship. They won their second championship then. It left a imprint in his mind, in our minds as the management. At that time, 2 of my owners were actually playing, who is Jacob Leslie and Darren Leslie. It left an imprint on their mind. So from then, we've taken this personal.
It's had it out for them.
It's always something that we prepare for everybody, but for them, we put a microscope over them and dissect their game piece by piece.
How has this driven the sport forward, at least in the local level?
In our ad, we made a mention. It's the only rivalry that counts, because this is said to speak the only real rivalry. I mean, it's no guess that the teams are not like each other.
Yeah.
Right. Both franchises see things differently. Players take the owners of the franchise and say, you know, my franchise not like, you know, all right, I have to make sure I do my best to beat, you know. Likewise, and on my side, pretty sure it's the same on that other side.
It's like when you look at the NBA, for instance, right, where you have decades-long or career-long rivalries, the Celtics and the Lakers, for instance.
Yes,
it pushes the sport forward, because not only do you have all these people who are watching, but it forces your players to step their game up as well, because they know who they're going up against.
Yes.
Right?
I mean,
so let's get the other 2 players involved in the conversation to talk about the matchup, height versus skill set. Let's start with you.
I mean, for me, like, I've never been one of those to back down from, like, nobody. So regardless of how big you are, how strong you are, fast you are, anything like that, end of the day, you got to show me that you're better than me and my 5. Like, so we understand they are loaded. They have a lot of pieces, big pieces, I might add. You know, they're a pretty big team, but they had the exact same team last game.
Yeah.
We came out with a game plan. We don't care about. You have to show us. So that's what we're built on. We're built on staying together, playing together, because anybody can go and just be a group of individuals. I've been on teams like that. So for us, we don't really care about all the big names and the rah-rah.
You keep focused on what you're there to do.
Bust it up.
Yeah.
That's what we want to do.
JT?
Yourself, JT?
Yeah, it's very key with, like, execution, like he was talking about, you know. Of course, you know, they got some big names. They got a lot of height, a lot of athleticism, but, you know, keying in on those factors and then their weaknesses as well is what's going to be the deciding factor for on both sides. If we can be able to do that, we'll be fine.
What do you, JT, attribute to the victory during the last matchup? You guys won against them in the Belize Civic Center. What do you attribute to that victory? And I would imagine perhaps some adjustments would have had to be made for this upcoming game. And I don't want to put you in a position where you give out your secrets. No, I'm sure you've reviewed the tapes time and time again to see where you went well, what you did well, and what could have been improved on.
For sure. You know, for surely looking at the game film and then going into practice, executing some of the things that we were strong against them last time, and then coming into this game, of course they're going to make their adjustments as well against what we did to them last time as well. But I think the main factor is seeing our execution from our game plan last time and then seeing what we had failed at, and you know, because it was a back and forth game. We went down 10, then we went back up later in the game as well, and kind of just held on to that lead. I think executing to make sure that we start off very strong versus, you know, having to fight back, I think that's going to be one of our major keys instead of trying to claw back into games all the time.
So I'm noticing that other players are being brought in for tomorrow's game.
Yeah.
Let's talk a bit about that.
Big names.
Right?
On both sides, I'm understanding.
Yeah.
So I think they brought in a player, but I don't think. I know they brought in their final piece.
Mr. Nicholas.
Yeah. So they're supposed to be at full strength now. I'm still not at full strength. I'm missing 2 of my players who are yet to. One, hopefully we get him to arrive in the country today, to get some runs with the team, to get a little spark of beginning of a cohesive thing, you know.
Yeah.
It's like a chess match, really. They make their move, I make my move. I just tend to hold my hand a little longer than most people.
Play it close to the vest.
I mean, we're like I said, each organization have different beliefs, right? We kind of take the passive approach, then take the boastful approach, and more or less we move on. We do what we have to do. My guys, I know, we speak to them. I mean, the beginning of the week, I had a conversation. Tell the guys, yo, this game is the game. This is the game that we need. You know, this our city rivalry. This is for the bragging, right? To say, yo,
who like the city?
Who like the city, man? I mean, if we lose, you won't hear a lot about it, right? The other thing with if we win, most of the time, yeah, put up our lead post. Yes, that you done for them. But if they lose, we don't know.
Yeah,
we don't hear about that till we meet them again or we beat them. So. You know, so we know what they happen. We know all the lead chatters. We this morning when we're coming here, guy coming, yo, you see that video up on Facebook? My little talk big, they're blowing out. We know all of that. We used to it by now. You know, like I said, then guys know what they're supposed to do. The coach know what they do, and we try to execute what we have to do.
In a Creole, and say, don't worry about the knives in the market, right?
Yeah,
check your change. So you just have to remain focused. Tell me something. What does this mean for you guys in terms of a team growing together and continuing to play as a cohesive unit?
So the last time the City matchup, it was game 5 of a 14-game season, right? This is game 12 of a 14-game season.
12 already.
So both teams have gotten better. Both teams have gotten a bit of a chemistry.
Yeah.
Right? It is now the execution of coaches, the execution of players, the mental of players that we're coming to play now. Right? This big people say basketball and say basketball is just who could run faster, who could jump higher. It's not. Basketball at 30% physicality, 60% 70% mentals. Right? You have to know, they have a saying in our coach like say, everybody could throw and hit and get punched in the mouth. How you respond after you get punched in the mouth.
Then if you fall down,
exactly.
if you could get back up.
Everybody has a plan until they get that.
Exactly. Everybody come out it and hit. And the thing with basketball, it's such a, some days you could wake up, Nigel got it going. Some days Nigel might not got it going, JT might got it going. It's up to the team to adjust and the coach to adjust.
So what do you do when you reach third quarter? And I'm not predicting, but you reach third quarter, you're down 20. You have one more quarter to kind of get back from that deficit and hopefully win the game. What's the conversation that's had at that point? Because I know you perhaps have had some situations where you're down in the third quarter and you have to come back up in the fourth.
So last game again, we were down 10 points. Coach tells the guys, we know what we have to do. Guys, Nige huddle the guys, talk to the guys. Whatever he said was what he said doing that. And we swung that 10-point deficit into a 9-point win.
And we are one.
Right? So for basketball players on the court, it's different. I could talk from management where I would say to them to hype them up, but it's different for what they say to each other. Right? It's like I said, basketball is not just a physicality thing or run up and down. It's a lot of mental preparation for different situations that you may be put in.
Now, Nigel, I want to ask you about the rivalry, right? And your thoughts on it, because not only are you a long-standing member of the Belize City Defenders, so you've been in the rivalry, but also, and a lot of people may criticize you for this, you have a couple friends in the rivaling team, so you're friends with some of the guys there, and we see the social media posts, we see you guys hanging out and looking cool and chill together, and some people don't like that because they say, oh no man, we're not supposed to be friends like enemies. How do you
that's balance politics, right?
Right. How do you balance that mentality when you get on the court? Does a whole new mindset come into play?
I mean, well, first things first for me, like, I feel like when all the foreigners come from abroad, we come here to play. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, me and Chris, I want to say, are the two longest tenured players that are here right now.
Fraser, right?
Yeah, Fraser. So just him alone, like, but we've been close from the first time I met him. So it's kind of like one of those things. Off the court, you're my brother, we're the best of friends, all of that. We go hang out, we do whatever we want to do. But when it's time to play, like John can tell you, the last time we played them, the entire week, me and Chris didn't speak to each other for the entire week, because at the end of the day, we understand this is our job. We're here to handle business. So like, when we're on the court, you know, we don't do anything. It's nothing dirty, nothing, anything like that. We're gonna play each other hard. If he feel like I'm slacking in, like even when we were playing him, he felt like I was slacking at some point. He got on me, yo, what you doing? Like, and it's the same way, vice versa. So we at the end of the day, I think we understand the goal that we're both individually trying to reach, as long as with our team. So we keep it basketball and try not to let feelings get too involved in it. But like I said, we know what we're both trying to accomplish, so we're gonna do what we need to do every time. And when the whistle blows and the game is done, we good.
All right. My final question, it's not necessarily a question per se, but what would you say to rally your troops to come out tomorrow?
If you love basketball, come out. If you love a good rivalry, come out. If you like excitement, come out. If you want, say, probably one of the best head-to-head matchups in a basketball what we have to offer this season, come out, because the teams are equally stacked. Right? They have a group of imports. We have a group of imports. We have some of the best names in the BBL. Darwin Populesli, Chippy Rodon, Farron Laureano, the all-time leading scorer. My guy just entered the 1,000 club, scoring 1,000 points in the BL in 3 seasons. And that is, we don't say much of that. Farron Laureano, we all like tell Farron, he came with a little pouch in our season. Like I told him the other day, I said I could have made money off of you. I should have took a picture before.
And after.
So back was said, people want to know why you never follow the plan. But I mean, that guy, his mental, his drive is astounding, man. I mean, for being an old player, I don't say old, but he's up in age for the basketball world, and put in that amount of work. I don't start chirp to her, because it's chirp to her, man. I don't see that intensity out of much people.
And I understand there's a huge halftime show tomorrow as well.
We also have that huge attraction. One fan is able. All right, so we have not one, we have multiple.
Okay.
Right, so the biggest one is sponsored by 123 Vegetable Oil. It's called the 123 Challenge. You make a free throw, you win $100. You then advance to the 3-point shot. You make that 3-point shot, you win $300 added on to the 100. When you make that shot, you go to the half court. If you make that shot, you win $3,000 added on to that. So you could basically walk away with $3,400. Right? Now we also have the Madisco 3-point contest. That is for $500. You make one 3-point shot, you get $500. We also have gift baskets from Madisco, from Price Premier. You know, we have a lot of attractions to give away. We have massages. You know, so it's something you can always. It's an attraction that you can watch a basketball game. You can win money. You can win prizes, and we got a big after party to celebrate with one of the Caribbean's baddest DJ Puffy. He will be in the house entertaining. He will be hosting the 123 Challenge. We don't want to say we're going to put him on the actual mixing, but he will be addressing, telling people, hyping them up. You know, this is the after party. Come out, want everybody having a good time. You know, and like I said, tell people, come soon,
early.
You know, early. Tickets, they even gone up on sale.
Real.
And
lines done.
They're. I mean, like I said, cars. They come like.
You got me though. You hold my ticket.
You don't have to worry about that, man. You're good, man. You know, so you know, it's like. This are like my finals preview to a point. right? Both teams are, if you look into the paper, both teams look like one championship run.
Yeah.
Right? Putting together, we are say who are the championship pedigree team. We've yet to win one, so we're hungry for one.
Imagine. Well, guys, thank you all so much. It's been a pleasure to have you, and if we have you guys next week, I hope that it's to have a conversation about your victory tomorrow night, right? So JT, Nigel, John, thank you so much.
Yeah, so sorry, but so make it just wrap it up for you. Today, we have the new guy coming in. Yes, we ask the public, come out, meet the guy. We're going to be at the tavern 5 to 8. We normally go to the tavern before, then we go to our shoot around afterwards.
Thursday routine.
Yeah, so we're going to have him, so people that know him can get to meet him. Very, very easygoing guy. I mean, my entire team very easygoing. The quick thing is that we start promptly at 9. Tickets go on sale 10 a.m. this morning at the Civic Center box office. Unfortunately, I can't hold tickets for nobody. Ticket prices are $40 courtside, $20 VIP. Keep the general at $10, right? Again, prompt early arrival is suggested because I got a lot of people. We want people get the seat, get comfortable, get some cold drinks. The drinks are going for today, so they're ice cold. Everything ready for tomorrow for this big game. This is the talk of the city. This is something where city versus city. You might be Hurricanes, you might be Defenders. So we want to clash against each other. Everybody love our good rivalry, right? Again, I have to thank the sponsors. Moyo Uno, 123 Vegetable Oil, Honorable Anthony Mala, Channel 5, The Tavern, Premier Charters and Tours, Body 2000, Madisco, the Belize City Council, Full Memory Photography, Nocturnal, Mars Rental, Smiling Meats, Shisha, and I'm missing one. Who am I missing? Oh man, who am I missing?
You'll get yourself in trouble.
You know? Somebody I miss. Who am I missing? Did I say, Body 2000?
No, you said Body. Yeah.
Okay. So whoever I missed, I'm very sorry. But I have to give big thanks to everybody. I mean, this is our big venture. Without my fans, without my sponsors, we are not the Defenders.
Perfect.
Right?
Well, that wraps it up.
Wraps it up.
Thank you guys so much. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to wrap up the show for this morning. So stay tuned.
With eCash, bill payment is extremely convenient, and all utility companies accept eCash payments. What's even better? You get to split bills with your roommates, siblings, or whoever you desire. Simply open your eCash app, go to Bill Pay, tap the respective utility company, enter the information, and pay the bill. Then tap the transaction made. Tap Split the Bill. Select Evenly. Send the request to who you are splitting the bill with, and get notified when they pay. Talk about making life easy and avoiding confusion. You can split the bill for restaurants, grocery stores, and for any eCash payment you make. To find your next yummy meal, hair treatment, or chill spot, simply open the app and utilize the geolocation service to see nearby businesses that accept eCash. Geolocation and bill payment make life a whole lot easier.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart.
It's time to power your dollar with Smart. Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5 Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
Are back for wrap up. Interesting show this morning, Isani.
Yes.
We started with the BHS robotics team. Very insightful conversation. These kids are well knowledgeable on the topic. They are super engaged, and they continue to impress us with their representation internationally and the recognition that they continue to receive.
And of course, the National Bank of Belize has its promotion ongoing, going into the Agric weekend. Of course, we would want to invite persons to head out to Belmopan this weekend, not only for the purpose of locking in a loan with the NBB, but to be able to experience, if you haven't before, all that the National Agric and Trade Show has to offer.
Right, and then in our third conversation, because also taking place this weekend, before you're heading out to the Agric show, you could, if you're from Orange Walk or San Ignacio, Santa Elena, Belize City, you could take part in the Autism Walk, the 5K in Orange Walk, the cycling in Orange Walk, the 3K walk in Orange Walk as well. All of this is happening on Saturday to kind of round up the activities for Autism
and to promote
Month.
awareness.
And to promote awareness. Yeah.
And of course, for all the fans of basketball, Belize City at the City Center tomorrow night is a place you want to be as the Defenders take on the Hurricanes in what promises to be another interesting face-off.
Yeah, and so 4 lovely conversations. We have 2 birthday shout-outs this morning, and we want to start with Marisha Zettina. Marisha Zettina, there you go. Happy birthday to you, Marisha. We hope that you have a wonderful day from all of us here at Open Your Eyes and Channel 5. Do have an amazing one. And we also have another birthday shout out. This is for no stranger.
She was on the show,
Karai Domingo. Happy birthday, Karai. If we knew it was your birthday on set, we would have wished you happy birthday. We found out after. And so we want to say a happy, happy, happy birthday to you. Have a great one and continue to do the amazing work you're doing over there at BHS. But of course, if you have a birthday shout out, if you have any comments, any concerns, you could always drop us a line at our email address, which is right here at oie@channel5belize.com. You could always catch our live stream every weekday morning on Facebook at Open Your Eyes BC. And for all our highlights, you could catch us on Instagram at OIE Belize. But until then, tomorrow, when we come back and open our eyes
to start our morning right.
Right? Until then, you got to keep your eyes, your mind,
and your hearts open.
Guys, it's been great. Goodbye.
Open Your Eyes was brought